Okay, so welcome to module number 3, financial statements. Yan. Siyempre, in a financial statement, no, isa sa hinahanap talaga dito is the stockholders report. So every corporation and even company, di ba, sa kahit anong company, there has many and varied uses for the standardized records and reports of its financial activities. Periodically, report must be prepared for regulators, creditors, owner, and management. So iba-iba kasi yung reason, no? Iba-iba yung reason for those who are asking for report. Tulad yan, mga regulator, creditor, diba? Owner, and the management. So the guidelines that they use to prepare and maintain financial records known as the GAAP or the Generally Accepted Accounting Principle. So, ang GAAP, no, is accounting practice and procedures, no, authorized by the accounting profession's rule-setting body, which is the Financial Accounting Standards Board or FASB. Yan. So, in addition, yung Sarbanes-Oxley Act of 2002 enacted in an effort to eliminate the many disclosure and conflict of interest problems of corporations established the PCAOB or the Public Company Accounting Oversight Board, which is a not-for-profit corporations that oversees auditors of public corporations. The PCAOB is in charge with protecting the interests of investors and furthering the public interest in the preparations of informative, fair, and independent audit report. Now, the expectation is that it will instill confidence in investors with regards to the accuracy of the audited financial statement of public companies. And this is very important, no? Kasi yung trust and confidence ng mga investors will be affected kapag nakita nila na medyo questionable yung financial reports. Okay? Kaya medyo we should be very careful about it. By the way, itong stockholders report nga pala, no? Ayan, is an annual report that publicly owned corporations must provide to stockholders wherein it summarizes and documents the firm's financial activity during the past year. Okay? So the letter to stockholder is the primary communication from the management. So lahat ng stockholders pinadadala niyan. It describes the event that are considered to have had the greatest effect on the firms during the year. It also typically discusses management philosophies, corporate governance issues, strategies, and actions, as well as for the coming year. Now, as you know, meron tayong 4 key financial statements. Okay? So, the first one is, of course, our income statement. From the term itself, income statement, okay. So, income statement provides a financial summary of the firm's operating results during a specified period, that's 1 year. Most common are income statement covering yung 1-year period from a specified date. So, normally, ito ay December 31, okay, calendar year. Many large firms, however, operate on a 12-month financial cycle or fiscal year that ends at the time of December 31. In addition, monthly income statements are typically prepared for use by management, or even quarterly statements must be made available to stockholders of publicly owned corporation. Kasi minsan, siyempre, gusto nating makita. Diba? Gusto nating makita kung ano na ang sitwasyon. So, okay din naman kung meron tayong ipe-prepare na quarterly. Now, ito guys, yung typically income statement. So, kung mapapansin nyo, we have here sales revenue, cost of goods sold, then yung gross profit. So, bali ganito, no? Sales revenue, galing nga dun sa sales nga natin. So, for example, number of items sold times yung ating yung selling price, 'di ba? Para makuha natin yung sales revenue natin. Okay? Now, yun naman cost of goods sold, ano yan eh? Yan yung nagastos para doon sa mga product na naibenta natin. Okay? So, yung mga materyales, yung mga ganon. So, kapag niles mo yung cost of goods sold doon sa sales revenue, you have gross profit. So, gross pa yan. Kasi, hindi pa natin na ibabawas yung ating mga operating expenses. So, ang operating expenses, nandyan yung selling expense, general and administrative expenses, lease, okay, depreciation, yan naman ang bumubuo sa operating expense. So, kapag nilas natin yung total ng operating expenses sa gross profit, ang makukuha natin ay ito, operating profit. Okay? So, si operating profit, minsan tinatawag din nila yan na earnings before interest and taxes. Kasi hindi pa natin na ibabawas eh. Yan. So, kapag niles na natin yung interest expense, kunwari meron tayong mga loans, mga ganun. So, ibabawas natin yan sa operating profit. We now have net profit before taxes. Okay? Kasi binawas na natin yung interest. Pag niles na natin yung tax natin, dito sa ating net profit before tax, ayun eh, net profit after tax. Okay? Then, preferred stock dividends. Then, earnings available for common stockholder now is 221. So, yun na yung hati-hatian. Okay? So, ganyan guys ang itsura ng ating income statement. So, one thing that is certain, kapag sinabi income statement, it shows yung financial summary talaga ng ating operation. So, kung ilan ang nabenta, and so on and so forth. At yung mga gastos. So, makikita natin dito yung profit. Yan, ito na yan. Net profit after tax. Okay? Balance sheet is the second one. The balance sheet presents a summary statement of the financial position. Take note magkaiba yan. Ayan. So, ito is the firm's financial position. Ayan. Yung income statement kasi, operation. Ayan. Firm's operation. Ayan. So, para makita natin, ma-highlight natin yung pagkakaiba. Ayan. Okay. So, magkaiba, no? Income statement, firm's operating result. Si balance sheet naman is the firm's financial position at a given time. So, normally, ganun ulit, end of the year, December 31. The statement balance the firm's assets, what we own, against financing, debt, and equity. So, ito nga yung liabilities and equity. Yan. So, an important distinction is made between short-term and long-term assets. So, ano ba yung short-term at long-term assets? No? Current assets and current liabilities are short-term assets. Now, sir, bakit mo nasabing short-term yun? Kasi andyan yung term na current. Yan. So, because of this term current, alam mo na ito ay short-term kasi current eh. Okay? Which means that they are expected to be converted into cash or paid within 1 year or less. Kaya current. All other assets and liabilities along with stockholders' equity, which is assumed to have an infinite life, are considered as long-term. So, yun ang distinction between a short-term and a long-term. Ang short-term o yung mga current expected to be converted within a year or less. As is customary, the assets are listed from most liquid, which is yung cash, most liquid, down to least liquid. Okay? Marketable securities are very liquid short-term investments such as treasury bills, certificate of deposit, or yung CD. Now, sila yung mga near cash. Okay? Kaya kapag katulad nito, meron tayo ditong sample, ayan. So, cash, kasi most liquid, marketable securities, accounts receivables, inventory. So, ito yung current assets. So, current, again, short term yan. So, that is converted within a year. Okay? Then, land, buildings, machineries and equipment, furnitures and fixtures, and so on and so forth. Sila naman yung nasa fixed assets. So, kung fixed asset yan, long term yan, most likely. Okay? Then, sa liabilities, ayan, accounts payable, payable talaga within a year, notes payable, accruals, long-term debt, so naka-separate siya, hindi sa part ng current liabilities. Okay, nandun lang siya sa long-term liabilities. Ayan. So, if you notice, ayan, total stockholders equity, ito yun, ayan. Okay. So, 53, ang total assets is 53,597. Ito rin, yung total liabilities and stockholders equity ay 53,597 kasi kailangan balanse yun. Oo, hindi pwedeng hindi siya balanse. Okay? Kailangan balanse siya. Oo, kasi ang balance sheet, kaya nga siya balance sheet kasi balance. Okay? Ayan. So, dapat tandaan natin yun, ha? Now, pero tayong na-miss dito. Ayan. So, the amount paid by the original purchaser of a common stock is shown by two entries. Yung common stock at saka yung paid-in capital in excess of par on common stock. Common stock entry is the par value of common stock. Par value talaga yung original value. Ang paid-in capital naman, paid-in capital in excess of par, represents the amount of proceeds in excess of the par value. So, most likely, ito yung kinita. Okay? Kumbaga, parang common stock, yan, common stock, ililess natin yung, yung pinaka naging current value, yun yung nagiging pinaka paid-in capital. So, kaya in excess. Okay? Yan. The third one is the statement of retained earnings. So the statement of retained earnings is abbreviated in form of statement of stockholders' equity. Unlike the statement of stockholders' equity, which allows all equity account transactions that occurred during a given year, the statement of retained earnings reconciles the net income earned during a given year and any cash dividends paid with the change in retained earnings between the start and the end of that year. So, ito yun, tulad nito. So, this is the statement of retained earnings for the year ended December 31, 2015. So, the retained earning balance January 1 is 1,012 plus net profit after tax 231. So, nandito yan. Ayan. Ayun. Ayan, 231. So, nakikita nyo, no? Connected siya. Ayan. Less cash dividends paid. Preferred stock is 10. Common stock is 98. So, ang total dividends paid is 108. Ayan. Retained earning balance. Ayan. December 31 is 1,135. Ayan. So, if I'm not mistaken, i-add natin itong dalawang to, tapos ibabawas natin to. Ayan. Ibabawas natin to. Kaya meron tayong 1,135. The fourth one is the statement of cash flows. The statement of cash flows is a summary of the cash flows over the period of concern. The statement provides insight into the firm's operating, investments, and financing cash flows. So, cash flows to. So, ibig sabihin, that goes in and out flow. Okay? So, those in and out flow from operating, from investment, and financing. Okay? And reconciles them with changes in its cash and marketable securities during the period. Okay? So, ayan. So, dun sa ating ebook, makikita nyo yun. Hindi ko pala nailagay dito. Next one is the notes to the financial statement. Included with published financial statement are explanatory notes key to the relevant account in the statement. So, yun yung notes to financial statement. So, this provides a detailed information on the accounting policies, procedures, calculations, and transactions underlying entries in the financial statement. So, bawat section yan meron. So, for example, halimbawa dito. Halimbawa ito, yan, sa marketable securities. Pero yung note to the financial statement. Accounts receivable. Kasi dito, summary to, total na to. So, meron din yung nilalagay notes dito. So, kung gusto mong isa-isahin kung ano-ano yung mga accounts receivable na yun, pwede mo makita. Yan. So, dito mo titingnan yan sa notes to the financial statements. Okay? So, yun ang kagandahan nun. So, kaya there will be no questions. Okay? Okay. Okay, that's it guys. Ayun na yung ating financial statement. Now, I have here, yan, activity. So, i-upload ko yan. Naka-upload na yan actually. So, sasagutan nyo na lang. Okay? Okay. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.